Cleaning a celebrity's house. What do you need to know? It's a great question. I'm Angela Brown, and this is Ask a House Cleaner. This is a show where you get to ask a house cleaning question, and I get to help you find an answer. Now, today we have somebody that called in with 2 questions about working for celebrities. I'm going to have you listen to those now, and then we'll answer them.
How do you market or get more of that celebrity contracts? What type of agreement letters, contracts, what type of literature is drawn up or paperwork is drawn up for those celebrity contracts?
All right, I'm so glad that you called in. This is a very interesting series of questions, and I'm prefacing it by saying this is based on my personal experience and the industry that I've been in for the last 30 years working with gobs of house cleaners. All right, I live in Charlotte, North Carolina, and this is the home of a couple of pro ball teams. We've got lots of NASCAR celebrities. We have famous movie stars and famous authors of books. We've got Fortune 500 celebrities who run companies here. And we have the banking industry that produces lots of celebrities in the money industry. Okay, so there are lots of celebrities, as well as some fun multi-level marketing company owners that live here in Charlotte, North Carolina. So it's a really fun place to live, and there are celebrities that will hire house cleaners. Okay, so how do you get the job, and then what contracts do you write up? So the first thing is, I don't suggest that you market to celebrities. I don't suggest it. They're going to find you because of your reputation. And the reputation is going to be something like, this house cleaning company does excellent work. They are fairly priced on their what they charge and the job that they do. They have a satisfaction guarantee. And you say, wait a second, that just sounds like a regular customer. I know, right? They're going to hire you because of your discretion. And what that means is that you don't go tattletelling to all the neighbors about the client and the customer and what happens behind closed doors. You're confidential about your client base, and that word gets around. Okay, so here's the thing. Celebrities are very well connected. And so they'll ask everybody they know, hey, I'm looking for a new house cleaner. Who do you know that fits this bill? If you are already that company, they will find you. And then they will say, hey, can you come clean my house? And then you have to decide, is it in your market, or are you going to go outside your zip code that you clean and you're willing to do their house because they're willing to pay you a little bit extra? It's a decision you have to make. All right, so now that we've discovered that they're kind of like everyone else, there are more similarities with celebrities than there are differences, okay? The differences are they are making more money than us, and they might live in bigger homes than us, but their schedules may be busier than ours. But they are just like us in that they're humans. They have relationships that may or may not go very well. They may have kids that are bratty, and those relationships may or may not be very good. They may or may not have time to clean up after themselves. And although they may have a beautiful crib that they live in, their house could have parts of it that are kind of like sloppy and, disheveled and messy. And there may be kids' bedrooms that are like all a wreck and stuff like that. Okay, it's very common. They are humans just like us. Okay, so the similarities are more so than there are differences. One of the things that I would recommend, and this is as far as setting a contract goes, the contract is not going to be with them. They're not going to drop these big contracts and say, you have to follow these rules, or we do not have big contracts we have them sign either. They don't own us and we don't own them, okay? If they hire you for a job, it's just a business transaction. And so we have them sign our worksheet just like every other customer. There's no special contract. But that said, there may be a special contract on our end with our employees. And that special contract might be, you are not allowed to ask for an autograph. The person that is hiring you, although they are a mentor and they are at the top of their game, they are not a mentor to you, okay? You are the house cleaner. You've been hired to do a job. You go in and you do the job, and then you leave. You don't linger. You don't oogle and ah. Don't ask for autographs. Don't ask them, how did you get to be where you are today? Can you give me some tips? Can you give me some pointers? Can you give me some advice? That's not why you're there. And so the differences and the contracts that we create are with our companies and our employees. They don't want the hassle. They just want you to show up, do your job, and go home, right? And then one of the things that we have to be super sensitive, and this is one of the differences, one of the super sensitivities about working for a celebrity is that a lot of times they're on what we call a hyper-extended schedule. And that might mean that they have 10 or 15 guest appearances in a single week. And for any of us, that would be like overwhelming, where we spend, 3 or 4 weeks thinking about what we're going to wear, how we're going to do our hair, how we're going to dress up. It's a big event for us. They may have 10 or 15 of those in a week. their schedules are highly activated by their publicists and their agents and their attorneys and whoever it is that's managing them. And so they might be on a plane flying somewhere, and as soon as they get back, they've got 45 minutes, they're going to take a shower, pack a new bag, and they're gone again. And so you may or may not ever see them, or you may show up to clean the house, and they say, leave this wing of the house off today because I'm sleeping and I just want it to be quiet. And so then you have to determine, are we going to run the vacuums today? Is this going to be annoying, or will it be, not heard in other parts of the house? There are a couple things that you have to navigate, but for the most part, it's you treat them like a normal person. You respect their privacy. You respect the fact that they have this hyperextended schedule and that they might be working more than the normal person. There's one more thing that I would like to bring up when working with celebrities, and it's not to take it personally, okay? When a celebrity is running 10 or 15 media appearances per week, it is possible that, just like any human, they get to a point where they forget to eat a meal and they skip a meal and then their blood sugar levels dip. If they find you in that moment, whether they're texting you, whether they're calling you, whether you're at their house during that moment, they might snap at you. And it's not personal. It's just that they went into a mode where their body broke down for a minute and they didn't feel so great. You were there, they said, hey, this is messy, this needs to be fixed or whatever. It's not that they're angry with you, it's just that they're angry with the job, or something needs to be fixed, or something needs to be tweaked, or maybe they need a smoothie. Who knows, right? It's not personal. So one of the things that I recommend, if you get a job for a celebrity, just take a big breath, stand back, and just realize that, hey, I have this privilege to learn a little bit differently about customers than I normally do, because most of my customers are not celebrities. And then that's it. Okay, you don't tell any of your friends that you work for them. You don't tell anyone else. You don't take pictures of their house. And you certainly don't take pictures of anything that's private. That would be trophies that they have on the walls, best-selling books, albums, anything that they've won. You don't take any pictures of any of those things. Those are not your priority and they're not your property. Okay, so you do not get to expose that stuff and go on social media and go, hey, wow, look, I cleaned these trophies today. You don't get to do that, right? So you have to be highly sensitive with the fact that these people make their living by their reputation. So if you see something that you don't agree with, and you might, it might be recreational drugs, it might be a partner that's at the house that's not a married partner to the person that they're supposed to be married to. There's all kinds of stuff that happens, right? You're not there to judge, and you're not there to share the gossip. So if you are discreet, and if you can clean, and if you can do a great job, you can keep the contract. So the important part of all of this is just to realize that if you are blessed with the contract of a celebrity, that it is just a learning experience. It's going to be a great ride. You might learn a few things that you would do differently for the next celebrity that hires you, but you probably will get hired by other celebrities because celebrities talk. And when somebody says, oh, I've got the best house cleaner in the world, you should hire her or you should hire him, you'll probably get a job from any of their friends, okay? They run in kind of the same circles. So if you get on that track, they will promote you. You don't need to promote yourself. You just need to do the same fabulous job that you do all the time on every customer and just treat your business the same way. And I tell you what, it will go so far and you'll probably be rewarded handsomely. All right, I hope that helps a little bit. If it does, please pass this on to a friend. If we've earned your subscription, please subscribe. And until we meet again, leave the world a cleaner place than when you found it.